Ever imagined a YouTube, like where you don't even see the person? The creator's face doesn't even matter.
Right.
You might be surprised, actually, to learn that you're probably already watching a ton of that.
Yeah.
We're doing a deep dive today into this whole world of what they call faceless content. It's basically videos that are made using AI.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence for all kinds of things. Script writing, voiceovers, animation, you name it. And get this, it's not just like those quirky animation channels anymore.
Right.
It's changing how all kinds of content are made and consumed, from educational videos to like fitness tutorials, even, believe it or not, virtual influencers.
It's true. And it's pretty mind-blowing, actually, the scale of it all. We're talking about a potential revolution in terms of content creation. YouTube alone has over 2.7 billion users every month.
Wow.
Watching 1 billion hours of content every single day. And more, that content is coming from creators who are choosing to remain faceless, letting their message speak for itself.
So let's break this down a little bit. We're talking about AI handling the heavy lifting, right?
Yeah.
So it's writing scripts, generating voices, even creating the visuals. For someone who's not like super tech savvy, what are the actual tools that are making all this possible?
Well, think about it like this. You have AI tools that basically act like a whole production crew all rolled into one.
Oh, wow.
So, for example, there's ChatGPT, which is like a super-powered writing assistant that can generate scripts on any topic, literally anything you can imagine.
Wow.
So you need a script for a video explaining black holes. ChatGPT can do it.
Oh, wow.
You want a spooky bedtime story for your kids? ChatGPT's got you covered.
So it's like having a team of ghostwriters.
Yes.
Right at your fingertips.
Exactly.
But what about the voiceovers? Surely you still need an actual human for that, right?
Well, not necessarily. Okay.
That's where platforms like ElevenLabs come in.
Okay.
They can create incredibly realistic AI voices. They can even mimic specific people.
Oh, wow.
So imagine having like Morgan Freeman narrate your video.
Wow.
All without actually hiring him. That's a game changer. But wouldn't audiences like miss the human touch in a voiceover? Or is it really just about the information itself?
That's a really fascinating question, and it gets to the heart of what makes faceless content so effective.
Okay.
When you're learning about something complex, like black holes, do you really care who's explaining it?
Well, I mean, no.
Or are you more focused on the information itself?
Right, yeah. You got a point. It's the content that matters most, not necessarily the person delivering it.
Exactly. By removing the focus on the presenter, the message takes center stage. It's like, think of it like this. It's like stripping away all the distractions, and you get straight to the heart of the matter.
That makes a lot of sense. But wouldn't that make everything feel kind of impersonal?
Well, not necessarily. You can still inject personality into the content, even without a human face or voice.
Okay.
Think about those like animated explainer videos that you see all over YouTube. They're full of personality, they're full of humor, even though they're entirely AI generated.
That's true. So it's not just about replacing human creators with AI. It's about using AI to create new types of content.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been possible before.
Right.
But how widespread is this, really? I mean, is this just a YouTube thing?
It's spreading way beyond YouTube.
Oh, wow.
In fact, you've probably already encountered AI-generated content without even realizing it.
Really?
Think about that fitness tutorial on TikTok with the Super Psy avatar.
Yeah.
Could be entirely AI-powered.
Wow.
And it's not just videos either. Think about those, like, blog posts that seem a little too perfect, or those social media captions that, like, sound like they were written by a professional copywriter. AI is behind a lot of that, too.
So it's like this whole parallel content ecosystem.
Yes.
Emerging, powered by AI.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
But what does that mean for, like, the traditional content creators?
Yeah.
The YouTubers, the voice actors, the writers.
Right.
Are they all going to be replaced by robots?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
And where we start to see some of the potential economic disruptions.
Okay, let's dive into that. How is this AI-powered content revolution impacting the economics of, the creative industries?
Well, on the one hand, it's a huge opportunity for aspiring creators. Imagine a world where, like, a single mom with a passion for astrophysics can compete with, National Geographic thanks to AI handling all that production.
Oh, wow.
That's the power shift we're talking about.
So it's like the barriers to entry are being lowered.
Exactly.
Which could lead to, like, a more diverse and democratic creative landscape.
Totally.
But what about the people whose, like, livelihoods depend on those traditional roles?
That's the other side of the coin. And it's definitely a concern.
Okay.
Think about voice actors, for example. If anyone can use AI to generate, like, a Morgan Freeman-esque voiceover, what happens to the demand for human voice actors?
That's a really good point. So there are some potential downsides to this AI revolution, especially for people whose jobs could be automated. But aren't there also a lot of potential upsides?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for creators who maybe don't have, like, all the resources to hire a whole production team.
Yeah, that's the really fascinating thing about this whole phenomenon.
Okay.
It's disruptive for sure, but it's also incredibly empowering.
So it's not all like doom and gloom.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
It's a complex landscape.
Yeah.
It's got both challenges and opportunities.
Right.
And it's still very early days.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're just starting to see the ripple effects of this technology.
Okay.
And it's likely to evolve in ways we can't even imagine yet.
So what's next for faceless content?
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Well, one of the most intriguing possibilities is the rise of virtual influencers.
Okay.
So these are hyper-realistic AI avatars that can be customized to look and sound however the creator wants.
Wow.
Imagine a virtual Einstein teaching physics, or an AI version of your favorite historical figure narrating their own life story.
That's wild. So instead of, like, hiding behind the curtain, creators could actually embrace these AI avatars.
Yeah.
And use them to, like, connect with audiences in a more personalized way.
Precisely.
Wow.
And these avatars could be incredibly dynamic. They could react to comments, they could adapt their style based on audience feedback, and they could even build emotional connections with viewers.
It's like we're moving toward a world where the line between human and machine becomes increasingly blurred.
Right.
It's both exciting and a little unsettling at the same time.
It is.
Yeah.
And it raises even more questions about the nature of authenticity and connection in the digital age.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive. We've talked about the tools that are making all of this faceless content possible, the potential benefits and drawbacks for creators and consumers, and even this whole rise of virtual influencers.
Yeah.
But there's still so much more to explore.
And one of the most, like, mind-boggling applications of AI in content creation that we haven't even touched on yet is immersive experiences.
Okay, now you've really piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
When you say immersive experiences, what exactly do you mean?
Imagine stepping into a virtual world created entirely by AI. You could interact with historical figures, explore distant planets, or even experience life from a completely different perspective. It's like taking faceless content to the next level, moving beyond, the limitations of a screen.
Oh, wow.
And creating truly immersive experiences.
So we're talking about AI-generated content in VR.
Yeah.
And augmented reality.
Exactly. Think about, like, walking through an AI-generated recreation of ancient Rome.
Okay.
Complete with bustling marketplaces, gladiatorial combat, and even a virtual audience reacting to your presence.
Wow, that'd be amazing, like stepping back in time.
Yeah. Or imagine exploring the depths of the ocean, swimming alongside AI-generated creatures that look and behave just like their real-life counterparts.
That would be both exhilarating and terrifying.
Yeah.
Are we even close to being able to create experiences like that?
We're closer than you might think.
Wow.
AI is already being used to create incredibly realistic virtual environments and characters. As the technology continues to advance, the possibilities are truly limitless.
It's like we're on the verge of a whole new era of entertainment.
Yeah.
Where the lines between reality and fantasy become, like, completely blurred.
Right.
All thanks to AI.
It's a very exciting prospect. AI is giving us access to a wider range of experiences than ever before.
That's incredible. So what's the bottom line here for our listener who's, like, trying to make sense of this whole faceless content phenomenon?
I think the key takeaway is that AI is fundamentally changing the way content is created and consumed. It's making it easier and more affordable for creators to produce high-quality content. And it's giving audiences access to a wider range of voices and perspectives than ever before.
So it's like democratizing content creation.
Absolutely.
In a way we've never seen before.
And that's incredibly exciting. But it also means that we need to be more discerning consumers of content. We need to be more thoughtful about the choices we make, about what we consume, and how we engage with it.
So it's not just about like blindly embracing the latest technology,
right,
but about using it wisely.
Exactly. Technology is a powerful tool, but it's up to us to wield it responsibly.
With great power comes great responsibility, right?
So exactly. And that's a responsibility that we all share.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into the world of faceless content, what's the one thought you'd like to leave our listener with?
I'd like them to consider this. As AI blurs the lines between human and machine, we all have to decide what kind of content we value and how we connect with it.
Okay.
Do we prioritize authenticity and human connection, or do we embrace the efficiency and scalability of AI-generated content? There's no right or wrong answer, but it's a question we all need to grapple with as we navigate this rapidly evolving landscape.
That's a powerful and thought-provoking message. And it's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It really makes you think, about how we define creativity and connection in this new age of AI content. But thinking about what you just said, isn't there a risk that we become like too reliant on AI for everything, even our entertainment?
That's a valid concern. It's important to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or ill. It's up to us, both as creators and consumers, to use it responsibly.
So it's not about like rejecting AI altogether. It's about finding a balance.
Exactly. Think about it like this. The printing press. That was a revolutionary technology, democratized access to information, but it also led to the spread of misinformation and propaganda.
Right.
The same could be said for the internet.
Yeah.
These technologies are powerful tools, but it's up to us to use them wisely.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So how do we ensure that AI is being used for good in the realm of content creation?
I think it starts with awareness. We need to be aware of the potential biases and the limitations of AI-generated content. And we need to be critical thinkers, not passive consumers.
So it's not just about what AI can do, but what we want it to do.
Right.
We need to be like intentional about shaping its development and ensuring that it aligns with our values.
Precisely. We need to have a conversation about the kind of future we want to create with this technology. And that conversation needs to include everyone, not just, the tech experts and the developers. This is a societal issue, not just a technological one. Yeah.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider here. This isn't just about entertainment. It's about the future of how we create, how we consume, and even how we connect with each other. What can our listener do to be a part of this conversation and make sure that AI is being developed responsibly?
There are many ways to get involved. They can start by simply educating themselves about AI and its potential impact. There are tons of resources available online, in libraries. They can also engage with organizations that are working to promote responsible AI development or support creators who are using AI in ethical and innovative ways.
So much of this comes down to, like, being informed and making conscious choices about the content that we support.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of conversation, Talk to your friends, talk to your family about these issues. The more awareness we raise, the more empowered we become to shape the future of this technology. This isn't something that's going to be decided in a vacuum. This is going to be shaped by the collective choices that we make as a society.
Well said. It's been fascinating exploring this, rapidly evolving world of faceless content with you. As AI continues to evolve at, like, an astonishing pace, it's more important than ever to stay informed, engaged, and critically aware of its impact on our world.
It's been a pleasure discussing this with you. It's an exciting time to be alive, and we have a real opportunity here to shape this technology and use it to create a more inspiring world.
Absolutely. So to our listener, we hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.